Once, there was a young man, and this very special young man was taking a basic sexual education class in a public school. The teacher, tall, neat, and proper, asked the class, "Who can tell me something about sex?" Naturally, the young man raised his hand and was called upon by the teacher to share his knowledge. "Well," the young man started, "I was watching an episode of The Lone Ranger last night. He was hunting down some villains who had committed some nefarious acts, and he'd finally caught up to them at their hideout, a small saloon in the middle of nowhere. He was quite angry, and he kicked in their door with blustering might. It fell to the floor with loud, thumping force. All eyes turned to him as he strode in and immediately began shooting their weapons from their hands. Half a dozen men clutched their wrists or fell to a knee as metal clattered across the floor. But it didn't end there. The Lone Ranger grabbed the nearest man, and the Ranger crashed his own skull against the man's with a sickening thud. The man fell cold as two other men attempted to restrain the Lone Ranger, but he only became more dangerous as he kicked one man in the nuts, leaving him to crumble to the floor. And the other man? He was thrown clear through the window, glass lodging in his face and neck as he tumbled outside and clutched at his cheeks with a high-pitched scream. The next man grabbed the Lone Ranger around the waist and damn near carried him to the bar, tackling him against it with a dull, wooden thump. As the Ranger began raining blows down upon the man's back, another man caught him with a vicious right. The second man's blows cracked across the Lone Ranger's face with devastation, one punch after another battering the hero's face. Not to be defeated, though, the Ranger picked up a metal pitcher and slammed it into the man's temple, which burst like a pipe and showered the bar in blood before he fell on the man who had been pinning the Lone Ranger. As they crumpled to the floor, the Ranger stomped them once, then a second stomp, 3 stomps, 4 stomps, 5, 6, 7 stomps as their breath wheezed as they spat their lifeblood upon the floor. Finally, they lay unconscious. The final man pulled a knife and lunged at the Lone Ranger. He expertly caught the man's wrist, bending it back, loosening the man's grip until he was able to pry the knife from the man's hand. He then slammed him face first into the bar and planted the sharpened weapon through the man's hand, pinning him to the countertop. The man begged, pleaded, screamed as his blood ran down the counter, only for the Ranger to crush him with a stifling blow from a bar stool. The Lone Ranger carefully plucked a handful of silver bullets from his pocket, and after swilling up a big gob of mucus and spitting it upon the man, the Ranger unceremoniously pitched the silver bullets across the floor. The class sat stunned, silent, unable to fully believe what had just been recited to them in a public classroom. Finally, the teacher spoke in a dry, uncomfortable tone. "And what does that have to do with sexual education?" The boy narrowed his eyes, pursed his lips, and stated, "It just goes to show that you don't fuck with the Lone Ranger."
Hey, where does the Lone Ranger take his garbage?
I don't know. Where?
To the dump, to the dump, to the dump, dump, dump!
To the dump, to the dump, to the dump, 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 to the dump, to the dump, to the dump, 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 to the dump, to the dump, to the dump, 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 to the dump, to the dump, 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 to the dump, to the dump, to the dump, 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 to the dump, to the dump, to the dump, 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 to the dump, to the dump, to the dump, 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 to the dump, to the dump, dump, dump. To the dump, to the dump, to the dump, 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 to the 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 dump, 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 dump.